Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you doing, folks? This is Meg Daily Opinion. And what I'm going to be talking about, why I wrote A Wife Fighting Against All Odds. The reason I started writing the second book, the first book I wrote just to see, oh, can I write a book? That's what I wrote. That's why I wrote the first book, A Love Story of Grits and Grace. But this story is more or less something that I will hold on to about a wife fighting against all odds. The reason I wrote this book, it was due to the situation of my husband. I couldn't just sit around and don't do anything. I couldn't sit around and just hop off of things that he's going through. But by having a strong woman behind you, which I try to be, all the time for this man, my husband, because love, when you make that vow and say, I do, you do. Because love is a very difficult thing when if you make a vow and you say death do your part, do your part. Don't love somebody while they're okay. Love them when things get bad. So the reason I wrote A Wife Fighting Against All Odds, everything I did seemed like I had to fight. I had to fight. If when he first got sick, it was very hard. It was very hard to accept that he had a stroke. It was very hard that I would not hear his voice anymore. It was very hard that he couldn't do the things that he used to do with me anymore. We couldn't travel together. We couldn't go out together like we used to. Because he was always the driver. I just sit back and say, oh, I don't feel like driving. My husband will drive if we went out of the city or something like that. But I went on and accept those are things we can't do no more. But I love him regardless. Because I married that man. I didn't marry him because he was doing okay. I married him through sickness, through health. That's why I married him. I didn't marry him just because, oh, he can help me out. I didn't marry him because of that. We fell in love. That's why my first book is A Love Story of Grits and Grace. We have love beyond anything. All the stuff that we've been through, I know this man loved me, and he knows that he loved me too. I love him very well. And anything that I can do for him, I'm there. One thing I will never do, I will never do anything to just try to harm him. Some people, when you get sick, it's a lot of people scatter. They scatter like flies. But me, I'm still here. And I'm still working on A Wife Fighting Against All Odds. The reason I wrote this second book, because I am trying to pay for him to have speech. I want him to have speech so he can sit up there and run his damn mouth on me. I want him running like he crazy. Just talk mess to me. I miss that voice. I miss him talking to me, but for me to be his wife, regardless that he's nonverbal, sometimes he talks to me. Sometimes, make a man, then you hear what he got to say. It's not pretty, but just make a man. But that's a little bit about me writing A Wife Fighting Against Odds, because we had good and we had bad. I'm not trying to say, oh, everything that I did was bad. Most things was good. Even through his sickness, it's still good. We have fun together. We'll go out together. We did a lot. We do a lot with each other. Sometimes he sit there and we look at TV and it's something funny. He might laugh a little bit or something like that, or do a little smile on me or whatever. But just because somebody had a stroke, don't walk out and leave them for dead. That's some cold, cold stuff. Somebody walk out and leave you for dead. They act like you never, ever existed, So, but my book is more or less of how we succeed in life, step by step. This man used to, when he was well, he used to go and play poker, sit out with his friends and stuff like that. But it's hard to look at yourself when you can't do it no more. But I never will say that he never could do it no more. But at this time, he can't. Our grandson wants him to teach him how to play golf. But he can't right now. So certain things, you have to put it, you got to put it under until things happen, So this book is going to be very interesting. We're going to have some laughs. We're going to have some good time. We're going to have some bad time. Yeah, I have my dad in the book. It ain't so well, but he's in the book. I put a few people in there, Some people I had good things to say about, and some people I had bad things to say about. It depends on what you done to me. If you did harmful things, you can't get mad because that's what you did, And if you didn't want your name to backfire on you and come out ugly, you shouldn't have never said it in the first place. Because I'm gonna put out what's there. I'm gonna put out what's there. I'm not gonna sit there and hide anything. That's why I'm a wife fighting against all odds. I speak for my husband. I speak for him because he's not able to talk. And what I speak of is something that he'll say to you. So, in that book, it's kind of written a little bit of me and a little bit of him, so he can be also in the book. But it's a wife fighting against all odds. I never thought that I can sit back and be, in the home trying to take care of my husband. I never thought many years that this would happen to my husband, having a stroke, but it did. And I learned to get along with other people, what they say, They said a lot of mess. I learned to understand it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all because I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to always do for my husband. So whatever a person think or think about me, it's okay. It's okay. And people that don't step down this way, you was never for us. And then all of a sudden you're against us, that's fine. So I'm not here to make nobody feel crazy because you know what? It can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. Think about it. Nobody wants that mess to happen to them. Get out your nose. Nobody. Because life, like I said, life is funny. Life is funny. Keep living. Keep living. Keep living. This, what happened to him, it can happen to anybody. I was trying to do a campaign to try to raise money to help people that had a stroke just like him. But you think a person of my color is going to help? Do you think a person of my color will help us? I'm just going to be honest. Black people don't want to help black people. And a person can take it the way they want to take it. They don't want to help nobody because they want to see you in the same condition. They don't want to see you crawl out of that. They want to keep you where you at. But you know what? With the grace of God, I say hallelujah. Because one thing about me, my husband was bent over because someone came in to help get him out of that shape. You know, help get him out of that shape. And I know each and every day my husband appreciates everything that I do for him. You know, if a caregiver come in, you're going to take care of him right. If you can't, you out the door. I don't need nobody in here so-called helping them and sitting on your butt. I don't need that. I need you to work with my husband. The lady I have, she's doing pretty good. You know, she's a sergeant. His right side is arm, and he's starting to try to move. It's not so much like this. It's kind of getting like that. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. You girl looking at me like, oh, you talking too much. I'm going to keep talking because we need the help. You know, it's not just us. There's other people out there that need help. You can sit around and say, what Mabel doing, I'm doing more than anybody else would do. At least I open my mouth. I don't keep my mouth shut. At least I do that. And I'm just saying, it is something else when people don't want to even help their own people. Just like the United States, they'll get you from somewhere else. They'll give you everything in the world that you need. But people that was born here don't get what they need. Yeah, they don't get what they need. But all I'm trying to say, I write this book to honor to my husband so he can try to get some kind of help. I didn't write this book just, to write it. My book have a meaning. It's all the steps that you go through. Nothing comes easy. Everything, I don't care if you're going to school. You got to fight to get through that. You got to make sure you pass that test. They put a test on you. But I feel like this. Only people that really need schooling is the people that's doing shots, giving medication, because you got to be able to know your math. You've got to know your math. Everybody can read, most of people can, but that math, you got to know your math. And so, I'm just saying, this schooling and everything is going up, and then people in college, they own hundreds and $200,000 and $300,000. That's a lot. And then when you finish school, you got to pay them back. You got to pay them back right away. Start paying money. So it's nothing. I guess somebody else come here and ain't born here. They probably get it free. I'm not prejudiced. I'm just saying the way life is, what they do for others. And that's exactly what they do. They do for others. And I do not look at anybody different, but this man right here, I try to raise a campaign so he will be able to get what he needs. It's $960 a month. But once I start selling my books, maybe I have it each month. I'm selling my books to make sure he gets speech. I'm selling my books to make sure he gets physical therapy. Sell, sell, sell. And that's what I have to do. From books to t-shirts to purses, will have my name written all over it. I'm selling it to make sure my husband get what he deserves living in the United States. Not living like a third world country. Not living like he ain't got no family. No, no, no. I don't want that. So if I got to sell to be able to get him in the program, I'll do anything to try to help him. This man ain't did nothing to nobody. He's been nice to people. But when it comes down to the bottom line, people don't want to help you. But if you get well today, they act like they love you. They ain't shit. You know what I mean? Don't wait till I get better and then all of a sudden you want to talk to me like you've been around all this time. Please don't. Please don't. Just treat me like you've been treating me. Ignore me. Because if I'm sick and you can't deal with me, why wait till I get well? Why? Why wait till I get well? That's what I'm saying. I'm going down there to see my I'm going to see my niece, and I'll make sure I'm gonna see her, try to see her this year. But I do call my niece to see how she's doing. I do call her because I love her. That's my niece. That's my family. That's my sister daughter. And I will call and check on her. That's the right thing to do. Regardless of condition. Regardless of the condition. It was your family while that person was well. And it's still your family while they're sick. There's more users out there. People use you while you're well. But when you get sick, bye-bye, baby. They're gone. Because they cannot ask you for nothing. But one thing you going to know about me, I'm not like that. I'm your wife, and I'll do what I need to do for you. That's something I will do. I will do what I need to do for you. And it just, sometimes I sit here, it just hurt to see how people are. He was the type, oh, what you need? If somebody's sick, he trying to fly to see them. Now, I can't even count on my finger how people still trying to get down here to see him. Can I count it on my finger? Not one. I mean, people came 2 or 3 years ago. But can I count it on my fingers now? Can I? This man is strong enough not to sit around and hurt. But I really don't know how he feels inside. But as long as I'm here, I'm trying to do everything that I can do for him. Because he did not ask to be in this condition. And do not try to say, oh, it's a lifestyle he lives. Okay, what about yours? What about your lifestyle? What about I start putting your lifestyle? What if I start judging you? I judge you, you'll hate the hell out of me. Because through the grace of God, I'm learning not to really judge people. I'm talking about a situation which, my opinion. My opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. I'm going to talk the way I feel. And if it bothers you, that means it's you. It's you. But if it don't bother you, we just listen to a regular conversation. Because I'm just saying, a wife fighting against all odds is not easy. And if I told you the whole book, you wouldn't buy it. This is going to be a very, very interesting book. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be something to talk about. Everything I talk on here is not, I'm not giving you everything on the book because if I gave it to you, you wouldn't buy no book. You'd say she didn't did it all for me. And why be a fool? Then if I take it to Amazon, you'll read it and then you can like, oh, my book's been messed up. I done got all kinds of stuff. But with Amazon, I'm not getting anything. I sell my own books. I don't need Amazon to sell my books. I really don't. I don't need them to sell my books. I've been seeing a little bit, like what, 10, 20, something like that. I can sell my own books. I can do that. because I took the effort and I took the time to sit back and write this book, A Wife Fighting Against All Odds. It took me about 2.5 years, to be realistic. It took me 2.5 years. And I got a few more things to do to it, and then I'm done. I am done. So, A Wife Fighting Against All Odds. Follow me on my platform, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Also, I'm supposed to have something on Dropback Studio TV, which it'll be May Daily Opinion. If you subscribe to that channel, you'll get more of my videos. You'll get more information than what you're getting out here. I'm only throwing a little bit. Throwing a little bit. little bit. So, okay, God bless you, and you have a wonderful day, and please save the date for A Wife Fighting Against All Odds. You may email me at Mabel, M-A-B-L-E, Collins, C-O-L-L-I-N-S, 703@gmail.com. You have a wonderful day, and God bless you. God bless you. God bless America.